the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly whites. Just a jackknife has old Mac Heath, babe, and he keeps it out of sight. You know when that shark bites with his teeth, babe, scarlet billows start to spread. Fancy gloves, though, as old Mac Heath, babe, so there's never a trace of red. Now on the sidewalk, ooh, sunny morning, lies a body just oozing life. Someone sneaking around the corner. Could that someone be Mac the Knife? As a tugboat down by the river, don't you know, where a cement bag is drooping on down. Well, that cement is just, it's there for the weight, dear. 5 will get you 10. Old Mackie's back in town. Now did you hear about Louis Miller? He disappeared, babe, after drawing out all his hard-earned cash. And now McKeith spends just like a sailor. Could it be our boy's done something rash? Ah, Jenny Diver, ooh, Suki Tawdry, Miss Lottlelia, and old Lucy Brown. Yes, the line forms on the right, babe. Now that Mackie's back in town. Ah, Jenny Diver, ooh, Suki Tawdry, Miss Lottlelia, and old Lucy Brown. Yes, the line forms on the right, babe. Now that Mackie's back in town. Look out, old Mackie is back.
Jimmy on the beat, boy.
Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, okie dokie, boomer. BOOMER, please, your dusty mood don't vibe with me. You are old and so therefore I must say 10 for dinosaur. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer. Whatever you say, boomer. Okay, boomer.
Jimmy on
Okie
the
dokie,
beat, boy.
boomer.
Okie dokie, Boomer.
Okie dokie, Boomer.
Okie
Welcome,
dokie.
Boomer.
What's
Samurai
going on,
Boomer.
man? Samurai Boomer. This is my hippie samurai outfit. I don't have the one with the top knot. It was like $60, and I'm saying, fuck that.
Well, you wouldn't have been able to get it in the frame anyways.
Oh, yeah, I know. It's this big bulging head. I look like something from Star Trek. So let's go.
Yeah, Pat killed it, guys. Didn't Pat do a great job
Yeah,
with the
he
opening?
did. He did a great job.
it.
And that's not the only treat we have tonight. We've got Steve Cutler to go out with tonight. So, Steve,
you're closing the show.
You're gonna close the show tonight. So we're looking forward to that. So who do we have here? We got a few people in the house.
Okay, we got lots of people in the house. Really creepy. Hasn't started yet. I don't know what. Hasn't started us.
What happened? What happened?
I don't know.
I
I
don't-
got too stoned in the green room, and now I got to shake it off.
Oh, keep stuff.
Hey, we got Sirius, 1976. Jilly, hey Jilly, Chris Foster. I can't believe you. I just got to give you a huge shout out. You get up at what 3-4 o'clock in the morning. You're watching us over across the pond. That is so awesome. Thank you so much for your commitment to us. Who else is over there? Steve, yeah, you're closing the show tonight. That is awesome. Keith Hayes, Buffet. Hey, welcome back. Noticed you were in here a couple days ago. Welcome to the fam. Freethinker 59. Welcome. Steve, Wolf Brandt.
Hi, Steve. Hi, Steve.
Missed anybody?
Yeah. No, we got a super Ray.
Rockfin's
Yeah.
got a whole bunch of people. over there,
Yeah, we got a super Ray from our friend Anna Maris. We love you because
Hey, Maris.
you're fabulous, Anna. So yeah, we got Kamshwari Kate. Hey, Kamshwari Kate.
Great name.
We got Tinley. I love Kamshwari Kate. Her name is fantastic. Zoxo Vix. And let me see. Who always got Keith Hayes is over in Rockfin too. Yeah,
Good,
Keith
Edward.
Hayes was on No Joke this morning. Good job, Keith.
Bingo
There you go.
ate my baby.
Bingo and Cirrus is over. We got 14 over the Rockfin. And by the way, we are almost at 1,400 following at Rockfin. So if anybody can get over there, we need, what, 8 more? 8 more? I
Yeah,
think
it'd be
we're-
awesome to hit 14.
Yeah, it'd be nice to, like I said, little pond, guppies, but we've got big
We
teeth.
don't care.
We
I
don't
like
care.
being the guppies.
I do
We get,
too.
we get invited to some big shows. I do, and it's just like I do them, but I don't want to be at that level. I like what we do.
Yeah, I like what we do too. It's nice and cozy, and
Yeah.
we feel the appreciation. We get enough. It's
Oh, God,
it's
yeah.
great.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you guys,
Oh, yeah.
you guys spending the Saturday nights and dive nights and other nights with us, and I know Joy loves
Well,
you guys.
they're gonna
Gar.
love it tonight because we've got a hell of a show lined up for you guys tonight. Oz and I actually work this show all week together, and normally we're throwing them together last minute. So us not doing so many shows is allowing us to do better shows, I think.
Yeah, we're doing some tech stuff and got some new plans going. Like I said, we've been promising something, so we're gonna have to come through pretty soon. So we got some stuff going on. What do
We
we
got some off the hook refaces tonight.
Oh
That's for
yeah,
sure.
watch the refaces. They're a lot of fun. But tonight is also the end of our anniversary week, right?
Yes,
So
it is. It's been our anniversary week,
yeah,
1
we-
year.
Yeah, 1 year. Shanda's celebrating there, and
Oh, you
that's
threw me a party.
yeah. We threw you a party. Yeah. So yeah, this is Shanda and I started really working together. Last year around this time, so that was great. And what was the first
Yeah.
show you did? Was Accidental Activist, right?
What was the first show I did? No, I was doing guest spots all over
Yeah.
on different shows, and then whose show did I do? I
God.
did. I went on somebody's show, and then I started on ours.
Yeah, were you on Combo? No.
I don't remember.
It
I
was
did a
fun.
lot of shows. It was COVID, you know.
That was-
It was
yeah,
COVID
yeah,
haze.
yeah, what
I
are we
don't
gonna do?
remember
You know. So anyway, yeah. So I
that and Zoom meetings.
yeah,
you know.
I dressed for the occasion here, and I made a little clip while I was getting ready, and this is what I came up with. So check it out.
You make me want to watch Last Show.
So did I sport the Mortal Kombat guy? Okay.
I know what I'm watching tomorrow morning.
Ah, yeah, it was fun. It was, it was
Yeah.
cheesy. It was more of a traditional thing. So that was Mortal Kombat, the new one that just broke yesterday, and I was watching that while I was doing all kinds of stuff out in the shop today. So, yeah, fun. We wanted to thank our chats and our viewers again, and this is I made a card. Do you like my card?
Yes, I love this card.
Yeah, we love our friends and fam. A laugh is the best medicine. So I think Shannon.
Love is a costume party, and
That's
that is
right.
what we do. We
Yeah.
like dress up, have fun,
Yeah, let's
talk shit.
get crazy. It's how many 61-year-old guys do you know like me? Really? I mean,
I don't know a lot of boomers like you. I really
oh
don't.
my God.
You're boomerific.
Yeah, well, you're so sweet. You're so kind. You're the perfect partner. You're the perfect partner. I wanted to. We're gonna go through these in a pretty good rhythm tonight. I hope, because
we
we
got
got
a
a
big deck.
lot on the deck. But I just wanted to touch base. I don't know who Destiny is. Do you know who Destiny is?
No, I don't. I don't.
Okay.
I feel so out of the loop because normally I know everything, but I
Yeah,
don't know.
well, your other boyfriend, Richard Wolff, had a debate with this person. And I found it was kind of frightening. So I'm just
I
going to.
take it he supports capitalism.
Yeah,
This is why I
yeah,
don't know
that's-
who
yeah,
he is.
I love the-
I
I
don't
love the-
generally watch somebody who's supporting capitalism.
I love the card too. It's got laser
it's a great
beams.
card.
We got laser beams shooting out of people's eyes tonight a lot. See if you can catch them. It's like Where's Waldo? So
It's
you
like
see-
your
yeah.
Easter egg.
Yeah, that's the Easter eggs. But this was kind of embarrassing. But I have to show it anyway. I know Vanguard did a good job tearing it up. But let's. I'm gonna skip
right.
through this here.
As of March 2021, Americans rank the economy, job markets, the handling of the coronavirus, and leadership in Washington as the four most important challenges facing our country. Socialist policies would not alleviate any of these concerns. Countries have tried the socialist experiment. Time and time again, this has failed. Doctors in Cuba moonlight as taxi drivers. Countries with socialized healthcare haven't fared much better than the U.S. in their handling of the coronavirus. And any socialist regime will necessarily involve the bureaucracy of Washington even more heavily in our economy. Any country that has attempted to realize a fully socialist economy has either failed completely, such as in the case of the USSR, destroyed large swaths of their.
I'm gonna speed through this
Been
guy.
sabotaged.
Where do you want to start?
Yeah.
Well, can I respond to what was said?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, whatever you want to do. Yeah.
Okay. I find this a laughable caricature of anything I've ever written or anything that I understand is part of this conversation. And I don't appreciate being told what I think or what I say or what I mean or what I intend. I can speak for myself, and that would just be fine if we could allow each other to do that. Number one. Number two, I have no idea what this silly remark that I hear so often is, that no socialist society has succeeded at anything. I have no idea what you're talking about. Let me give you an example. One of the most important metrics used in the economics profession around the world to assess the quote-unquote success of an economic system is the rate of economic growth. You measure GDP and you look at how it grows over time. And then you compare one country to another to assess their relative success, not as societies, because that's a vague generality, but at this particular metric, which we use in economics to measure economic growth over time.
Sonny.
It's not the only metric, but it's a widely used one. So I'm now going to use it. In the 20th century, the fastest growing metric, the fastest growing GDP in any country measured was the Soviet Union.
Damn, mic drop. He beat his ass.
Yeah, he broke his arm off and beat him to death with it. I mean,
Yeah, he did.
This is debate 101. You know, you don't go after somebody, especially of the stature of Richard Wolff, with horse shit. You know, and he took Russia and beat him in the head with it. Did you enjoy
Yeah, he
that
did.
as much as I did?
I did enjoy that. That was awesome.
That was fun. So I like watching your boyfriend beat the shit out of people.
He's just one of them.
Yeah, we have the. I forgot to put the fair use up.
Oh, you better put the fair use up.
Put the fair use up, and
There, you put it up. I'll read it.
yeah, you read it.
This copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comments, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, and research. Fair use is permitted by copyright statute that might otherwise be infringed. Nonprofit, educational, or personal use tips the balance in favor of fair use. So there you are, YouTube, fair use.
Well, I am so glad that you got that covered. Now we're going to go to our next story here. And this kind of shocked the shit out of me, but I'm not surprised. Were you surprised? Can you read this for everybody?
It says, here, let me move to the card real fast. It says, Mayor Wheeler, who is the mayor of Portland, has extended the state of emergency in Portland through Monday. He's asked members of the public to get license plates of people dressed in all black and report them to the police. Our job is to unmask them, arrest them, and prosecute them.
What the,
Yeah,
what
this
the
is
hell?
what's happening in your non-fascist country.
Well, I think that's pretty damn fascist, and we got another fascist story down the line, but I just wanted to check. Do you think that there are people out there that'll get in trouble for dressing all in black and going to these damn what do you think?
I think Johnny Cash is rolling over in his grave.
Yeah.
Remember, he wore all black for the little man,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. I just I got this out of Ted Wheeler's closet, by the way, just so anybody, if anybody's interested. But yeah, I'm all set to go to Portland, and I'm just trying out some different looks. Do you think I'll be safe with this one, Chanda?
I don't know. Maybe you should try something else.
Maybe I should try
You
something.
might get picked up and thrown into a minivan, and
Yeah.
none of us will know what happened to you.
Yeah, I don't know. So everybody, can we get a vote? Am I dressed for success here in Portland and some of these other states? I think, didn't Magnus say they were having this issue in Michigan as well?
Yeah, it's happening all
So
over.
it's happening all over the place. So if you dress in all black, you're going to get reported to the police, and their job, according to Ted Wheeler, is to unmask them, arrest them, and prosecute them. I thought we had COVID. Aren't I supposed to wear a mask?
Right?
What the fuck?
Oh my God, the double standards and hypocrisy.
Yeah,
is insane.
I just don't get it. I don't know what the hell's going on in this world. I live in opposite land. Anyway,
we do. We are in the upside down.
yeah, I just wanted to touch base on that. So anybody need an autograph, they can have the guy that's going to get arrested in Portland here. So we got the next story this is scary. Can you read this one?
Oh my God. Please stop defending the level of manipulation and gaslighting. I can't believe I ever donated to this person. Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives had. A lot of us expected a much more conservative administration.
Exceeded expectations. Expectations for whom? I'm just
Oh
wondering.
my gosh. Obviously for her, but she's got Office 229 and she don't want to give it up.
I don't know what the hell's going on. Anyway, this broke, I think it was yesterday, and everybody was losing their shit on all these shows. And I just wanted to say that what the fuck has happened to this person? What is she trying to pull here? What is this shit?
I don't know. I'm telling you, I got just 3 little letters. C I
CIA. Well, anyway, I want to play the clip. I fixed the clip a little bit here, so I hope everybody appreciates my hard work. Shanda, I think you okayed this clip, so if they don't like it, it's all your fault.
It's on me.
Okay.
It's on me.
One thing that I will say is that I do think that the Biden administration and President Biden has definitely exceeded expectations that progressives had. I'll be frank, I think a lot of us expected a much more conservative administration. And I think that not only what has ultimately come out, but the active invitation and willingness and collaboration with progressives in his first 100 days, or almost 100 days, has been very impressive. And so while there are there are areas where there are just plain areas of disagreement, I think that the actual conduct of the administration has absolutely been in good faith, but not just in good faith, but active incorporation of progressive legislation, and also for those of us individually. I can at least say that there has been a lot of openness and willingness and flexibility in incorporating many of our goals, requests, demands, etc. And I think that it has been to the benefit of the country.
Good job.
What the?
I can't even believe daddy issues. Keith Hayes. Yeah, thanks for noticing.
Yeah. I'm speechless.
I know.
What?
Like,
what
what?
did we just witness?
She
there?
says I way too fucking much. I.
Did she not learn her lines well enough, or what the hell is going on with that?
And she has to look around like she's looking for the words.
Yeah, I know. I don't want to get into the blinking stuff, but my God, that was word twister. Just God dang. Anyway, I hope the chat enjoyed that as much as I did. It's always good to see Coyote getting hit by a train, and I feel like I'm getting hit by a train because I actually supported AOC in the beginning.
Yeah, me too.
So yeah, I just it's a ooh,
We've learned our
baby.
lesson. We really have.
We really
burn me once, burn me twice,
Yeah.
and then whatever George Bush says.
Yeah.
Get fooled again.
Get fooled again. We're gonna have to start doing those songs. We have something. I put this in, but you put the Gravel Institute thing in there. This is an Australian paper, I believe, a headline or website, and I have to say it's pretty true to form. It's the best headline out there, I think. It is. The Batota Advocate, murderer who got caught committing murder on video, found guilty of murder. It's like, wow, that was easy. And you've got a couple there to read. That's Gravel Institute.
Gravel Institute. I thought this was interesting. Not that I bring the Gravel Institute too much, but Derek Chauvin is only the sixth police officer to have been convicted of murdering someone while on duty in the last 15 years. There are thousands of Derek Chauvins out there who are still working as cops. And then on the opposite side, it says, this picture is 55 years old, and it says, stop police killings.
Yeah, and there's been, since 19 or 2000 or whatever, there have been 15,000 police-related murders. Or deaths? Deaths.
Yeah, and we haven't got a chance to cover this since the verdict came out. But, I know I've personally just felt like it was a sacrificial lamb. I think it was all political. They wanted him found guilty. They knew that they would sacrifice him to feed the public, right? But how many are still out there that will never, answer for what they
weren't you and I saying he was going to get off on manslaughter or just manslaughter or something else?
I figured it would be manslaughter, but then we've had so many more killings in this, in the last year. So I think the temperature really changed. If they could have got away with manslaughter, they would have, but they couldn't.
So they had to throw some. They had to throw some meat.
Even
it's
just fresh meat, exactly.
Yeah, I want to compliment or commend. Not compliment, but commend those the young ladies that took that video of him.
Exactly, they're the true heroes.
Yeah, because it would have never got to this point had they not.
But those are the ones that they're jailing. That's who they go after now, is people that are recording. And there is fucking anti-protest bills all over the fucking country right now. I know a couple of our peeps in the movement are working on shows to bring to light all those bills, and they're fucking scary. Like, you're looking at 10 years if you just show up and then something bad happens at the rally.
Well,
they're there and they can identify you.
Yeah, they're bending over the press. They're doing horrible things to actual press, because what's press these days? We'll get into that a little bit further.
Well, I'm hoping that CNN gets pepper sprayed enough times, and Fox, because, they do come out on some of those lines, and maybe they'll start fucking crying about it, because they don't seem to care at this point.
I know that a few of the CNN and other mass media, they have been arrested, but they usually they don't get like blowtorched like some
right. If you can prove you work at CNN, you're going to get it a lot less than somebody who's working at We Are Change or one of those groups.
Yeah, I know. Just because you have a lanyard with press on it doesn't mean crap to these guys. They don't care. Matter of fact, that probably makes you a target. So that's where it's at.
I'd be embarrassed to wear a CNN badge.
Our friends at Juice Media dropped another one last night, and they're going.
I'm happy the Aussies are just as fucking shady as we are.
Oh yeah, they're in some ways they're worse. I guess they really are investing in the fossil fuel thing down there. Their leadership, their oligarchy is. But this was a pretty good clip. We did cut it because it was a little bit long, but go over to Juice Media and check it out. It dropped yesterday. We love these ladies, and it's a great clip.
Hi, I'm from the Australian Government, here to announce our latest plan to take a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity and flush it down the dunny. You see, the car industry is currently undergoing an epoch-defining revolution from the combustion engine to electric vehicles, EVs. This presents a unique chance to rebuild our manufacturing industry, upskill our workforce, improve our air quality, whilst tackling the climate crisis and advancing human civilization. Of course, on realizing this, we said, nah, let's instead orchestrate a fear campaign about EVs so we can score points off Labor. Remember how we told you their EV policy would end the weekend because EVs can't tow your boat? Well, here's an EV towing a boat. And here's one beating a race car whilst towing another car. Here's one towing a train. And here's another one towing a fucking jetliner. But hey, our bullshit helped us win the last election. And that's why we're now ready to unveil our own EV policy. Introducing the Future Fuels Strategy, or FFS for short. And no, that's not satire. It's what we really called it. Checkmate, honest government ads shitheads. Does our EV policy include incentives to help you afford an EV? No, that would make us like governments that actually encourage EVs, like Norway, which exempts them from paying taxes, road tolls and parking fees. That's why EVs now make up 75% of new car sales there. And other countries with EV incentives are catching up. In Australia, we haven't even reached 1%. A bit like our vaccine rollout. FFS. Does it recommend electrifying our government fleet, like the US government just committed to, and which would kickstart a second-hand market of more affordable EVs? Yes. Are we going to do it? Nah. FFS. Does it set a target to phase out sales of new petrol and diesel cars like other countries have by 2030? 35? 2040? Nope. That's why car companies aren't sending us their best and most affordable EV models or opening factories here to build EVs, like the 30 new models GM has just announced. Which is why when it comes to powering choice, creating jobs and economic growth, our EV policy will ensure approximately fuck all. There are many more reasons why we should be supporting EVs that strengthen our national security by making us less dependent on foreign oil, that save us shit tons in health costs to treat illnesses linked to car exhaust fumes, such as dementia and mental illness in kids. They're even linked to lower IQ, which might explain why you keep re-electing us.
Yeah.
Of course, they're key to tackling the climate crisis since transport is the third biggest source of emissions in Australia, most of it from cars. But why do all that when instead we can prolong our dependence on oil, make us the dumping ground for the world's dirtiest, least efficient cars, make your kids sicker and dumber, and make us the world's biggest fucking losers by failing to embrace a new technology? FFF.
Shout out to Juice Media. Go over there and check out Juice Media. It's the least we could do for us hyping their content, but it's good stuff. And they have some in-depth discussions over there. This isn't all they do with these ads, but they're pretty sharp over at Juice Media.
No, they are very sharp.
Yeah.
I love their angle.
Really enjoy. How's the chat doing? Everybody doing all right over there?
Everybody's hanging in there. Everybody's laughing.
Gamer's busting a gut there. It's got his head's falling off and rolling on the floor laughing. So yay. Has the question come up at all about what's in a label?
Oh my God. Has it come up? I mean, I talked about it last night on my show last night. I don't know what the fuck I am. I'm a political refugee. I started out as a Democrat most of my life, and then I identified as a progressive, but progressive's been co-opted, gaslit, absorbed back into the neo-lib Democratic Party. I don't identify. I don't know. What am I?
I think I'm just a recovering amoeba. I don't.
Right. We're all amoebas.
Yeah, everything's just so crazy anymore. Anyway, Franco had Vanguard on, and he brought this point up about labels, and I just wanted to play it so people can hash it again.
That ASAP. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I've also abandoned the label progressive. Because it's been overused by people who I don't consider progressive from the idea
Joe
that
Biden,
I thought it was.
No.
Yeah, Joe Biden, Nancy Pelosi calls herself a progressive. TYT calls themselves progressive. Like people who defend the establishment, and I consider defending AOC defending the establishment because she's a part of it, and she also defends corporate Democrats. So
and gave them money.
Yeah, and what we just found out also recently, her funneling money to these corporate Democrats So I've abandoned that term.
Yeah. I remember when Hillary Clinton said that she was the more progressive candidate in 2016.
Oh God.
Yeah. And then also she was the outsider because she's a woman.
Yeah. Yeah. What? I don't know. I don't know what to say anymore. I'm just lost.
Yeah, no, I agree, Keith. Just be me. That's
Just
all
be-
I am. I'm just being
I
me,
just
man.
gotta be me, whatever it is. I just gotta be me.
Right, Oz Whistle says Australia's leadership is the best U.S. money can buy.
Oh, no kidding. I hate that was the one thing in the Juice Media ad was they were kind of complimenting the U.S. on doing something with their
No,
vehicles.
don't do that.
Don't do it. Don't do it.
that.
Because they don't. They will say something and they will fuck it up from ever happening.
Exactly.
Fuck it up from ever happening. Just
yeah.
like
Lobbyists.
getting out of Afghanistan. I'm taking bets on that. Ain't gonna happen.
No, we're just going to privatize it. So that's not what's happening. We're not leaving there. We're just going to privatize it.
You're going to privatize it, and they're
Yeah,
still going
completely
to
privatize.
They're
it.
going to send security forces down there to protect
Right.
the.
They've already got security
the
forces.
mercs.
there,
Yeah, I know. That's how that's going to be. What? This is a password meme here. What is this?
Password meme. Enter password. Wrong. Reset password. New password cannot be old password. That always happens.
It always happens. I miss Jack. I miss Jack. Chanda, you sent me a video that I really had a hard time watching, but I thought it was worthy of throwing on the show tonight.
Oh, I did send this to you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did. You did.
Like, what the fuck? Why is Trump crawling up Netanyahu's ass?
Yeah, I know. I hope I cut it in the appropriate spot, but I wanted to give a shout out to some of our friends at our old network on this
Unity.
one. Unity. This is yeah.
Iran is a problem in Iraq, a problem in Syria, a problem in Lebanon, a problem in Yemen, and will be a very, very major problem for Saudi Arabia. Literally every day, Iran provides more and better weapons to support their puppet states. Hezbollah, Lebanon received, and I'll tell you what, it has received sophisticated anti-ship weapons, anti-aircraft weapons, and GPS systems and rockets like very few people anywhere in the world, and certainly very few countries have. Now they're in Syria trying to establish another front against Israel from the Syrian side of the Golan Heights. In Gaza, Iran is supporting Hamas and Islamic Jihad. And in the West Bank, they're openly offering Palestinians $7,000 per terror attack and $30,000 for every Palestinian terrorist home that's been destroyed.
Palestinian terrorist home that's been destroyed? A lot of that didn't make sense to me, but I don't know. Did you fall asleep, Chanda? Chanda, are you sleeping? I think we lost Chanda. Anyway, as you can see, Chucky up there is bobbing up and down, and AOC's in disguise in that meme up there. Of course, Netanyahu is saying, "Go, go, go, go!" You know. So again, I'm gonna take you down there, Chanda, until you wake back up. Yeah, I heard. I don't know if you guys confirm this. Netanyahu's on his way out. I'll believe it when I see it. But right now, from everything that I heard, I don't know who was talking about. You guys are probably more inclined to know what's going on with that. But yeah, I heard that he's barely hanging on by a thread. Do you believe that? Believe it or not? We need Jack Palance in there to show us. We're gonna move to the next slide while Chanda powders her nose or touches up or whatever. This one is Putin. Now this should make you guys a little bit nervous, not because it's Putin, because what's going on with the military-industrial complex, the Russiagating, the McCarthyism, and all this crap. But I would listen up. I don't think that he's crazy enough to do anything super crazy, but maybe he is. I don't know, but here it is. Let's let it roll while we get Chanda back in here.
Breaking tonight, Russian President Vladimir Putin telling the West to back off. This comes amid international concern over his troop buildup on the Ukraine border. Here in the U.S., one top military commander says the chances of nuclear war are actually increasing. National security correspondent Jennifer Griffin tells us about it tonight from the Pentagon.
Russian President Vladimir Putin issued a stark warning to the U.S. and NATO during his annual State of the Nation address to Parliament.
I hope that no one dares to cross the red line in respect to Russia, and we will determine where it is in each specific case.
Putin spoke as Russia continues a massive military buildup on the border with Ukraine. New satellite images show dozens of fighter jets lined up on tarmacs in southern Russia and Crimea. Top U.S. military commanders warned that new threats facing the U.S. have them seriously worried for the first time that U.S. adversaries may consider using a nuclear weapon as the, quote, least bad option. The admiral in charge of America's nuclear arsenal says it's the first time in history the U.S. has had to deter two nuclear powers at the same time, Russia and China.
I cannot deter with the leftovers of the Cold War forever into the future. That is a 70 eras weapon system that I'm going to have to employ against 2030 level threats.
Some Democrats want to scrap one leg of the nuclear triad, the 400 ground-based missiles currently in silos across 3 states. The head of Strategic Command says he needs to replace, not update, those 50-year-old Minuteman III missiles. Democrats don't like the price tag.
You know, we're currently spending $44.5 billion a year on nuclear weapons. And I know that Stratcom likes spending that money, but I don't.
The U.S. stopped keeping nuclear-capable bombers like these B-52s in Louisiana on 24-hour alert in 1991. But Admiral Richard warns if the U.S. scraps its ground-based missiles, it would have to rely too much on submarine-launched nukes.
And under those conditions, I would request to re-alert the bombers.
Putin boasted today that Russia will have modernized more than 88% of its nuclear weapons by the end of this year. Admiral Richard says the U.S. hasn't started. Brett?
Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. Jennifer, thank you.
Welcome back, Chanda.
Yes, our power totally went out. I lost all my lights, my computers. I had to restart everything, wait for the modem to come back up. And that's the second time we've lost power today. But it's not even shitty out. It's a little bit rainy.
Well, maybe it's the CIA. They're on to you.
Yeah, they just shutting me up. But it came back up, so
Good.
I was like, oh God, I hope you don't freaking shut it down, because it takes like 5 minutes for that new router.
That's a cold boot the hard way.
It was a cold boot the hard way. All of a sudden, I'm just sitting here in the dark, like, what the hell? The Putin one, that was fucking scary, isn't it?
Yeah. I'm not too keen on that. But Keith Hayes says when something. What did you say? You said when Putin starts selling herbal supplements, then I'll be worried.
So there's so much fucking propaganda going on around the world. I brought a report about what was going on in China with the Uyghurs, right? Saying I don't know what to fucking believe because there's so much disinformation out there and sides against each other, East against West, that type of thing. And the same thing's happening with Russia. I watched a 60 Minutes Australia last night where they're pretty much making the case that Putin is a tyrannical dictator that needs to be dealt with by NATO and Western forces because he'll poison anybody wherever in the world that he wants. And I don't deny that.
Yeah,
I think that Putin is a bad guy, but we're bad guys too. Who the fuck are we to be, starting wars over? It's scary if you're actually watching the propaganda that's out there.
If the roles were reversed and Putin pulled the same shit that we pull on their turf, basically their turf, Ukraine, around there, we'd be losing our shit. So, I think this was quite controlled and coming back right there. I mean, really. And this Navalny stuff about the poisoning stuff.
Well, he's eating now. Yeah. He's eating. And that's what they were trying to make the case for on the 60 Minutes Australia show is that, they've chased this nerve gas back to the KGB. And they're the only ones supposedly that have this marker, this genetically, they made it in a lab. But it just coincidentally was used in Britain where there's a lab like literally 10 miles away from where it showed up. And they're saying, no, the Russians brought it here. They used it. And the Russians are saying, no bullshit. You guys made it and set us up. British Secret Service set us up, made us look like we did it. But there is other instances that really do lead back to KGB. Now, if, Putin has something to do with it, as much as Biden having something to do with the CIA. I don't know.
I'm glad that you informed me. I thought it was spoiled macaroni salad from Circle K.
Yeah,
or
you
something.
can't trust that damn spoiled macaroni.
I just
never eat egg salad sandwich.
Oh God, I make my own. Do you put a little dill in yours? I put a little dill in.
I do.
Yeah, I like it. It's hard to get fresh dill, but I still put dill in. So
I'm very dilly.
Now this freaked me out. This is a follow up to that, right?
Yeah, kind of. Yeah.
All right. Well, let me get my Depends, and we'll let everybody watch this.
The U.S. Strategic Command on Tuesday casually tweeted about U.S. adversaries conducting a nuclear strike as their least bad option.
Jesus Christ.
Quote, "The spectrum of conflict today is neither linear nor predictable.
Least bad
We must
option.
account for the possibility of conflict leading to conditions which could very rapidly drive an adversary to consider nuclear use as their least bad option." Close quote. The ominous tweet from the United States top strategic defense and global strike command comes on the same day as STRATCOM commander Admiral Charles Richard warned the Senate Armed Services Committee that China's nuclear capabilities are increasing rapidly and they may be, for the first time, primed for use. Quote, "I can't get through a week right now without finding out something we didn't know about China." Close quote. Richard told senators alongside Army General James Dickinson, head of U.S. Space Command, who also said that China was among his top military concerns as they advanced in space-based military technology, according to Stars and Stripes. STRATCOM's tweet sparked panicked responses from people wondering why the Biden administration would suddenly tweet about nuclear war as part of the agency's annual posture statement designed to inform Congress about the current status of affairs within the agency and around the world, according to Newsweek. Quote, "I feel like this isn't something to spring on us in a tweet." Close quote.
Tweet.
One woman replied. Narrator's note. Are you scared?
Yeah.
Are you concerned?
Yeah.
Are you distracted?
Yeah.
For Headlines with a Voice, this is Nancy Morgan Hart.
Then it worked. It worked.
Yeah.
They're building the fear. Chug, 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 chug. Here's the fear. China and Russia.
How come these guys?
Iran.
How come? Is this the United States Strategic Command has a Twitter?
Oh yeah, they all do. All of the U.S. government agency, and I follow all of them because you never know when somebody's gonna frickin' go postal on one of those and put some info out.
Well, what happens when Twitter takes them down for I don't know, fomenting violence?
Actually, I think the official White House has been censored before when Trump tried to use it.
Oh, Trump. That's right. I forgot.
They don't censor stuff under.
They don't censor the propaganda from the neo-lib shitlib establishment, profiteers, military-industrial complex fuckers. Okay,
Yeah.
I just wanted to check in.
I think you got it pinned down.
Just check in. This is a meme. This is not too far from the truth, right?
No, don't make me use my taser.
Oh my God! Wow! 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 What is this world coming to? Well, I'll tell you what it's coming to. Facebook, Twitter, YouTube execs testify at Senate hearing on algorithms. I think that's this week. How much truth do you think is going to be spoken at this testify by these guys? Is there going to be any truth or what? No.
Hell no.
No.
Hell
They're going to go and do their pony show and act
This
like
is for a show, yeah.
big tough representatives giving the hard questions to Twitter,
Are you
YouTube.
censoring our people?
Are you censoring us? Oh my God in heaven. You know, this is another story that's kind of been flying under the radar. I don't know where the hell I got this. It wasn't the Hill, or maybe it was the Hell. But yeah, these guys are just going to get up there and do their show routine, their crap, and they're going to lie, because we know we're being censored. We're being, what do you call that, shadow banned and blocked and everything else. we've all been talking about it for months, and it's
Years. I've been banned for fucking years.
Shanda. I gotta say, you were talking about searching on YouTube for independent news before everybody else this week's been talking. We talked about that, what, 3-4 weeks ago, a month, 2 ago. And I'm not patting ourselves on the back, but we're right up there with the pack, guys. We're following it too. And if you have anything, and Jilly and some of the other folks have been sending us some stuff, we'll look at it and bring it to the show if we can get it in, or if we don't, beat it up or whatever.
You can send us whatever you want.
Send us whatever you want.
Twitter us.
Yeah. I really love this. This is great.
This made me laugh my ass off. The face you make when the Botox, Vicodin, and vodka are all fighting for control. That is just fucking perfect.
The second one's even better.
Yeah, 2 things about this picture. Why are they all in the same bathroom at once? And I didn't expect Nancy Pelosi to have a reflection.
Was that Photoshop? Did they Photoshop her reflection into that picture?
I think so. I don't know. This is weird.
Yeah,
no, because you can see the reflection of the suits in the mirror. So
yeah, it's really a good job. I don't know what the hell it is. I'm starting to get into graphics and stuff, so I notice little things here and there.
yes, Oz is. Oz actually did a lot of work on the deck tonight. Thank you so much.
Well, I'm trying. And here's your favorite.
Oh, dude, get this.
Nazi,
did you watch this?
Nazi Barbie. Yeah, I watched it. Nazi Barbie wannabe, except it's shitlib Barbie, right? Is this shitlib Barbie?
Shitlib Barbie.
This is shitlib Barbie. Shitlib Barbie. Jen, is it Pasaki or is it Saki? Is the P silent?
Pasaki.
Pasaki. Okay.
Pasaki.
Okay. All right. Let's listen to shitlib Barbie here.
President Biden yesterday, responding to the George Floyd case verdict, said that George Floyd's death, quote, ripped the blinders off for the whole world to see the systemic racism in the United States. But he's an architect of multiple federal laws in the 1980s and 90s that disproportionately jailed black people and contributed to what many people see as systemic racism. The activist Cornel West said that Biden was, quote, one of the core architects of mass incarceration, and that, quote, I think Biden is going to have to take responsibility and acknowledge the contribution.
That's a long question.
I love he used Cornell.
Yeah.
Acknowledge his own role in,
Except he said activist Cornell, not Dr. Cornell.
His current policy positions.
Well, I would say that one of the president's core objectives is addressing racial injustice in this country, not just through his rhetoric, but through his actions. And what anyone should look to is his advocacy for passing the George Floyd Justice and Policing Act, for nominating leaders to the Department of Justice to address long outdated policies, and to ask his leadership team here in the White House to prioritize these issues in his presidency, which is current and today and not from 30 years ago.
Does he believe it's important to accept his own culpability?
I think I've answered your question. Go ahead.
I think I've answered your question. I've answered your question.
Thank you, shitlib Barbie. Now, what did she say? Outdated policies? What about outdated presidents?
Yeah, exactly.
Jesus Christ.
Her time at the State Department's totally paying off.
Yeah, it sure the hell is. I just, oh God. I haven't seen one. We have not featured this guy.
No, I never have, but I thought what he was talking about was really interesting. I follow Collapse Chronicles. I don't.
Yeah, so does
know him,
so
right?
does
Or
yeah
Chris
the
knows
natural. Well, I've engineered for the natural for Chris with him before, I believe, and I can't remember his. Is that Sam? I'm not sure who that is. I can't remember.
I might have met him too.
Yeah.
Because remember, I was doing a lot of the environmental rounds when I first got into this.
Yeah, and I think
met
that
a lot of really cool people.
Yeah, I really want us to get more environmental stuff up there, and I think the EV is probably a backhanded environmental issue because it takes more to make some of those and a bigger impact on the environment. But at the same time, what are you going to do? I mean, other than go permaculture, like this guy's living out in the sticks.
So basically, he's reading an article, a really interesting article about the collapse of, all species and what the graph looks like. So he shows you this chart that's just mind blowing.
Yeah, it's a shitty. It's like golden arches.
Essay. Take it away. Umair Haque, I guess he actually wrote this 1 week ago today. We are ripping the heart out of life on Earth, and the consequences will be disastrous. This is why our civilization and way of life is heading for collapse. And here is a chart. This is the reason our civilization is headed for collapse. Is that chart right there. Thank you, Umair, for charting the course of our set. It's the little dip in the middle that we're mostly talking about in this story. This rapidly dipping middle. What is this chart all about, Umair? Take a look at the chart above. Some charts tell a complex, urgent, necessary, alarming story at a glance. And this is one. Let me try to endeavor to tell you its story, one of spiraling down the road of catastrophe.
Spiraling down the toilet.
Yeah, that's a great article. If you go over there, you can watch. He'll read the whole article to you. But
yeah, that's like Collapse Chronicles.
That
Okay.
you know, we're supposed to be in a bell. You know,
Yeah.
not a freaking dip, not a McDonald's freaking W.
Yeah, that's wind turned upside down, and that means really lose. So yeah, we're just fucked.
We are. All the years that I've been, I think it's too late. I really do. I don't see a course that's gonna fix it.
Yeah. Is this Marjorie Q. Green? Is that Marjorie Q.
Yeah.
Green?
I fight for my God. I don't know her.
I don't think you know. You look so smarmy there, sitting in your poolside chair, smoking your Tarryton.
So
there.
60s.
Oh my God.
That's a Kent 3, please.
It's a as long as it's not a Virginia Slim.
Yeah.
All right, that
You've
was
come a long way, baby.
I used my mother worked in a grocery store, and they brought promo stuff in, little toys and stuff.
Yeah.
And my mom would take them off the thing because she had to clean the wrappers off when they went out of date. And I got all these cigarette toys. What a great impression it made on me.
They
as a
used to
child.
have some really cool stuff when.
Oh yeah.
Rising Rachel Maddow. Could you make me any sicker?
I know.
That's a tripler.
Yeah, this is the golden girl of MSNBS. I'm trying to get through. Somebody get through to Jimmy, and some of the other ones. It's not MSNBC. It's MSNBS. I think Matt Taibbi's on this, and he really kind of makes the point that we should all know. I think that's it.
Now, as we move forward, what is there another Russiagate? I mean, what does the media landscape look like? Obviously, they are suffering. They're going to try and latch on to something. They tried Marjorie Taylor Greene. That didn't work out. So now what? What are they going to do next?
Well, I talked about this for my book Hate Inc. for the new edition. There's kind of this technique I like to talk about called bomb holing, which is you cover up the old bombshell error with a new bombshell.
He said bomb.
And this is what I think a lot of the networks have figured out, which is that, if you have a news cycle dominating story like the Afghan bounty thing, and you run night after night after night with that story and it blows up later, all you have to do to make your audiences forget about it is give them a new bombshell to worry about, in this case, the Kalimnik thing. And the reason for that is that media audiences are now segmented, and they forgive you. They expect you to make mistakes. They don't really care as long as they're directed in the right direction. And that was not the case before, right? So previously, when news organizations made bad mistakes, like the WMD thing, they were expected to have some kind of accounting, and they don't anymore because the audiences don't mind.
It's as simple as that. It's as simple as that. They'll throw shit at the wall, trying to get it to stick. Okay, it falls off. So then they're going to grab out of another bucket of shit, and they're going to just distract. And that's with the tweets, with the face barf, and the corporate tube. I think Jimmy's got it right there.
Well,
corporate
I brought
tube.
a perfect example of that with a Moment of Clarity clip from Lee Camp, so I moved it up because it fits perfect with this.
All right. I like Lee Camp. By the way, hi, gamer. Yeah, it's me. Hi, Holly. Holly Horn, Boofhead. Hey, Boofhead. The Great
How's
Goblin,
Rockfin doing?
Blue
You haven't
Anon.
checked on Rockfin in a while.
I haven't been on Rockfin. I've been Fred Edwards over there. WM's over there.
Welcome.
Yeah, we got a lot of
17
people.
watching. Great.
How are we doing over at the Natural Progressive?
How am I not muted? Hold on. When
Yeah.
my computer crashed.
We got Sharyar, we got Lightning Rod, we got Billy Jose Mo.
Yeah, Lightning Rod. He said some pretty good stuff.
Yeah. Good to see you folks over there on the Natural Progressive. Let me see.
These days
Oz
I'm gonna
Whistle,
buy a new chair.
Sharyar. Hey, Kelly Lane's over there. Hi,
Hey,
Kelly.
Kel.
Yeah, sorry I couldn't get back to you earlier because we were in the middle of getting ready to go in the green room, but I did give you a heads up. Thanks for joining us. Comes Shwari Kate. Monotok's over there. Anthony, are you just like everywhere? Are you?
I know.
Anthony's like everywhere. So yeah, we finally got a shout out
Where you
over
want
there.
to be.
Yeah, where you want to be. Okay, this is Lee Camp, Moment of Clarity. And yeah, it's as simple as that. Just keep flinging poo, you guys.
Flinging poo.
Is this guy did a great job of, he tweeted out a thread of how horrible each of the mainstream outlets was on this story. And keep in mind, those of us with any kind of fucking operating brain system knew that this was horseshit from the beginning. It wasn't like you couldn't figure out this was horseshit and now we know. But anyway, so this guy, I don't know him. It says he used to work with The Hill, which is a pretty garbage outlet, but they have an occasionally good person.
Thank
but
you.
anyway, this
You're
guy
welcome.
seems to have done a good job of putting together a bunch of the story, showing the headlines from your mainstream media. So here it is, Drew Holden, and he did a thread of the Russian bounty story. Today, the Russian bounty story where Russia supposedly was paying U.S. soldiers, was paying the Taliban to kill U.S. soldiers. It quietly imploded, meaning the story. For the last year, the Dems and the media and others have pushed this conspiracy theory endlessly. If you think that's an exaggeration, look below. So he goes on to say the worst offender was the New York Times. And they actually went into showing which soldiers may have been killed by these imaginary Russian bounties that they made up, and we all knew they made up. If you know anything about media and if you know anything about anonymous sources, and when corporations are not willing to tell you what those anonymous sources are, then you know it's horseshit. Because if they had the evidence, they'd show you the evidence.
Horseshit.
Okay, so New York Times. Here are some of the headlines he grabbed. I'm sure there's more than this, but here are some of them. Breaking news. U.S. spies and commandos in Afghanistan alerted superiors as early as January to a Russian plot to pay bounties to kill U.S. troops. Officials said, oh my God.
Officials.
Here's the next one. The debate over Russian bounties has brought the deaths of Staff Sergeant Christopher Slutman, 43, Sergeant Robert Hendricks, 25, Staff Sergeant Benjamin Hines, 31, to the forefront of American consciousness after 18 years of U.S. involvement in Afghanistan. Now, this one's particularly horrific because they're making like the parents and families and shit of these soldiers think they were killed by Russian bounties that never actually existed, never happened. And New York Times is basically saying to them, hey, your loved one was killed by Russia, not by Taliban, or rather by Russia paying the Taliban. Utter horseshit. It's now collapsed. The story has now collapsed after 10 months or whatever. But New York Times, have they run a retraction of all these? Have they deleted all these articles from the internet? No.
No, I agree. Gamer for Life says Russiagate will go on forever for sure. I agree. When this first started happening, and actually before 2016, because like in the Democratic Party, there was rumblings of Russia, and it was shocking. Like, what the fuck are you idiots talking about? Russia doesn't have, it was shocking back then, and it just will never die.
Yeah, if you were to go back and look at the media back then, whatever you want to call the media, they were putting subliminal shit in there as far as, parsing, how they're parsing their scripts and everything else. And yeah, it's never going to go away until we do some major changes around the world. I don't know what to say anymore, Chanda. I just don't know what to say. Good report, though.
Well, it doesn't matter because it's all going to shit because of AI anyways. So.
Yeah, there it is. Bicentennial Oz there in the corner. I want to point that out. Thank you, Chanda. I appreciate that. That was a great movie. I'm still kind of weepy about that. What do we have here?
About Robin.
What do we got here?
This is kind of creepy. This is futuristic tech. I got a couple of creepy ones on the deck tonight.
All right, good. I like futuristic tech. Does it take size C batteries?
Ooh, no.
Many major corporations are investing millions, perhaps even billions of dollars into researching artificial intelligence
You're getting punked on this.
and transhumanism. Companies
You're
like
getting punked
Google,
on it?
No,
Siri,
I-
and even SpaceX
We
are
might.
realizing that the successful conquering of artificial intelligence will not only make them rich and powerful, but this technology also threatens to change human behavior forever. One of the most famous of the scientists looking into AI is Google's head of technology research, Ray Kurzweil.
By 2029, we'll have reverse engineered and modeled and simulated all the regions of the brain, and that will provide us the software, algorithmic methods to simulate all of the human brain's capabilities, including our emotional intelligence.
Oh, great.
I've been a big fan of Kurzweil
Oh, it
for
gets
many
better.
years. In fact, when I read The Age of Spiritual Machines, he published that in 1999. I think I read it in 01-ish or so, and it was a big influence on me, on my thinking. And ever since, I've tried to incorporate an understanding of AI into my general understanding of the world. Singularity, I think, will happen. I think the argument for it is very strong indeed. So we're going to look at a future in which, in important ways, computing intelligence will truly exceed our own, not just in chess and not just in air traffic control, but in actual thinking, cognition, and so on. I think that will happen, where computer algorithms will be able to make their own decisions and truly have some sort of consciousness. However we understand that consciousness can't be the same. I mean, is a dolphin conscious? Sure it is. Is it like our own? No, there's differences. So would advanced computer intelligence have our type of consciousness? Clearly not. It'll have a different kind of consciousness. But I think we're going to see a point in our lifetime where it will have that. As to when, I don't know. I mean, I don't think AI people really know. Kurzweil, I think, maybe he's predicting 2030, something like that. I don't know what his timeline is. There are AI people, very serious ones, who put it farther out. Others who say it is going to happen very suddenly and catch us completely off guard. And I really don't know.
Dr. Ray Kurzweil envisions a day when you will go to an electronics store and you will have the lens of your eye removed, and it will be replaced with a liquid that's packed with electronics and a camera and a radio.
Oh, great.
You will be given then supervision. You'll be able to see in the dark. You'll have infrared vision. And you'll be able to be wired to the internet 24/7.
Great.
Well, with this supervision comes supervision, and that's the problem. And when that happens, we're talking about a different form of human. They refer to these as humanity 2.0 or transhumans. And what people don't realize is that the singularity and the skingularity, when this technology is enmeshed with our body, are not only running parallel, they're actually the same thing. And the only way humans are going to be able to survive in the new artificial intelligence environment of the singularity is if we ourselves become machines.
Sign me up, baby.
Oh, it's coming. You're already fucking signed up. I mean, we ain't stopping what's coming. We're absolutely not.
Oh, my broken old ass could use an overall.
Most of us are in the dark. We don't even know what's coming. The singularity, you talk to everyday people, they don't know what the fuck the singularity is. And it could have already happened. It could happen in 4 years. It could happen in 10 years.
You know what? I think whoever made the statement in that was saying that it's going to catch us by surprise all of a sudden.
It is.
Yeah.
All of them, all of the smartest fucking engineers and people that are working on these AI tech are saying it's gonna fucking happen.
Yeah, you're just going to wake up one morning and it's going to be Skynet's in charge, and
Yep.
I won't be back.
But they're trying to portray it like, oh, it's going to be just as smart as a dolphin, like, yeah,
Oh,
a dolphin's
bullshit.
conscious,
Yeah,
a baby
whatever.
kitten's conscious,
Yeah, they're-
but we can control it.
Yeah, let's downplay gaslight all we want. These computers are building themselves at this point.
At this point, they are, and
Yeah.
very, very soon, they won't even
this-
need us.
this-
Especially quantum computers are going to be so fucking dangerous. They're
I
talking
know.
about outlawing them for everyday people. Only corporations and the military will have these quantum computers.
Oh, good. The right mindset and control of all this power and intelligence.
Right, and that's what it is. It's pure, raw fucking power. When you've got the power to answer every question, every problem, you just hand it over to a computer. It could be dangerous in the hands of the poors, right?
Yeah. Well, you know what? Hallmark Home and Family got canceled, so they found out.
I'm so sad. I'm so sorry for you and all of the rest of the boomers that lived on that channel. Where's Matlock going to play now?
Oh shit! I prefer Quincy. But
I did like Quincy.
go ahead, punk me, Chanda. But I'll have you know, our friend Graham Elwood loves that kind of crap. He watches it because the mindless, murder, death, kill, police, military. He just wants to release his brain from that steady
it is a good
stream.
escape. It is a great escape.
It is. And when you figure out how all these pretty people don't have jobs, let me know. So, oh my God, that was a great report. Minnesota. Now this touches back on a subject we were talking about earlier.
Yeah, this is what freedom of the press looks like right now in Minnesota, but it's not just Minnesota.
No, it isn't Minnesota. As a matter of fact, didn't our sister Fee and Johnny get kettled last year in L.A.?
Oh God, they've been kettled. They've been sprayed.
They were
arrested.
They went in the Bernie van, and the windows got shattered, and they were giving
that
them,
was terrifying.
Yeah, they gave them the big stink eye in the back of that. So yeah, that's that'll make you pee your pants because they're crazy cops.
Americans think that they have a First Amendment right to go out and protest.
Only in the movies, baby.
Yeah, until they actually try.
Only in the movies.
And they go, "Whoa, what the fuck?"
Yeah, no, not really. You need to get your ass out there if you can. And I'm one to talk.
Can you imagine if they would have done any of what they do crowd control wise now to the Pink Pussy Hatters 4 years ago?
Oh Jesus, they would have lost their shit. That's controlled opposition at its worst.
Right?
It's worse. But you know, we can.
I was so guilt tripped because I wouldn't get on board with that. Just like, oh, you're just a bitter Bernie person. Like, no, you guys are fucking idiots.
I know. I asked. I was at a meeting and I asked. So what was the goal? Why were they doing that? And what I got was, oh, you're a man.
Empowerment, because Trump was a misogynist.
Yeah, you're a man. You wouldn't understand.
Exactly.
You're a man.
Yeah.
So whatever. Don't come sexist at me, baby. I was mom and dad.
Dude, they always come sexist. That's the neolibs freaking ace card.
Yeah, it's sexist when you're up, sexist when you're down, sexist all around. So anyway, that's just the way it goes. What do we got here? This one, I brought this.
What's happening?
Now tell me, this is not new. This has been happening for the last 3 months now, right? Hospital threatened to fire workers who refuse COVID-19 jab.
I saw a woman report that she got fired from a hospital because she refused to take the job.
Yeah. I just wanted to point this out. I'm not going to go into a lot of things, but, you know, I know that we're trying to contain a horrible situation, but anyway, there's their jab passports, not feeding you jabs in other countries. If you don't take the jab, you can't travel if you don't take the jab. Just be aware of what's happening. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah. Oh, they're talking about bringing Johnson & Johnson back. I just don't understand a jab for what. They say it doesn't, like you still got to wear a mask and and it's only good for 3 months and then you'll need another booster in a year.
Yeah, I've heard, we've all heard. Our chats are sharp folks. They've been around. They said the number, and I've heard people in social media and in media talk about how it's just such a microscopic number versus all the people it's doing good. I don't know about that.
Well, it finally showed up in one of my family members' houses. My nephew got it, and my mother is old, and she has a lot of comorbidities, and I was scared to death for the last year. Shit, was in her house, blew through like nothing. Like, she didn't even phase her.
Yeah, I know. My sister,
like a flu or something.
Yeah. And
I was just like, that is mind blowing for the amount of fear that has been shoved in us for the last year.
Yeah, we're getting spooked on all sides of this thing. And I don't know what to say anymore. I'm not, do what
I know. I just don't know. I don't see with your own eyes,
do
right?
Do what you're going to do.
What you're going to do.
Yeah, so
yeah.
That's where I'm at. So let me see. Let me go down here. Oh, it's Stoner Corner time.
Stoner Corner. This is a good Stoner Corner.
I love this Stoner Corner.
Good stuff. Let's see. People always say money can't buy happiness, but you can buy weed, and that's pretty fucking close. When you realize Oscar is a giant piece of weed, he kind of is. I'm on a seaweed diet. I see weed, I smoke it.
Now that's excellent.
The very last one in the corner is, if you ever stored your cannabis in one of these, you are officially old school or boomer.
I got a whole drawer full of those things. They're empty. So
What is that thing?
it's a film case. That's a 35 millimeter film case. I used to put my seeds in those things. That's how I organized. That's before you had those fancy organizers.
Money, you could put all kinds of shit. I had sewing kits in those things.
Yeah. You could put anything. Well, not quite anything. Almost anything.
Quarters.
Yeah.
Oh, quarters really well.
Newsflash from what? Yesterday or the day before?
Oh my gosh! Yesterday, yes. Caitlyn Jenner has announced that she is running for governor of California.
Do you think she can beat the Newsham?
We'll talk about it after the clip. She might.
All right.
It's official. Caitlyn Jenner is running for governor of California. The former Olympic athlete and reality TV star has filed paperwork with the California Secretary of State's office to challenge Governor Gavin Newsom in a likely recall election. The signature deadline for the recall is next week, and it is expected to reach the 1 million signature threshold needed to trigger the election. Jenner said in a statement on Friday, "California has been my home for nearly 50 years. I came here because I knew that anyone, regardless of their background or station in life, could turn their dreams into reality." She went on to say, "I'm a proven winner and the only outsider who can put an end to Gavin Newsom's disastrous time as governor." In her statement announcing her bid, Jenner criticized, quote, over-restrictive COVID-19 lockdowns, the inability of some districts to reopen schools, and the state's high taxes. Jenner's run for governor of California mirrors that of Arnold Schwarzenegger in 2003. Both Jenner and Schwarzenegger were well-known public figures who challenged an embattled Democratic incumbent facing a recall election. Unusually for Hollywood, both are well-known Republicans, though more moderate in their policies than the National Party. The campaign says a formal announcement is expected in the next few weeks after Jenner makes a barnstorming trip across the state. For more on this story, go to thr.com. For The Hollywood Reporter News, I'm Tiffany Taylor.
She's running as a socially liberal fiscal conservative. He might be able to pull some of those Dems. I don't know.
Well, I mean, you've got a shit lib and you've got a Trump supporter, right? But if you hear the issue, I'm leaning towards the fiscally conservative whatever, because the shit libs keep breaking our backs, right?
Right. No, I agree. I have to agree with you there.
I don't know. If I was in California, I'd probably want to give Newsom the boot, and it would be over.
They do want to give him the boot. I think they're going to have no problem getting this recall campaign.
Yeah, well, if you're in California, who are you going to vote for?
We're going to have to ask Pasta about it on Monday. Pasta
Pasta's stopping by on Monday. Yeah, I'm not supporting any shit libs anymore. So I will vote for the lead in my pencil before I'll vote for a shit lib.
Exactly, Mickey freaking Mouse.
That's it. So I see. Oh God,
Ted Cruz is throwing a fit today. He's no longer going to wear his mask inside the Capitol.
Hey,
everybody's been vaccinated, is what he said.
Hey, Teddy, I'm with you, brother. I'm just, oh man, I got used cars on that lot that would just fit your ass. Okay, there you go. Thank you for that reface, by the way. I just can't get over it. I prefer the Johnny Cash one.
Johnny Cash one,
Cash one. Yeah, I like the Johnny Cash
for
one.
The little guy.
Yeah. This guy's funny.
Yeah, I don't know much about him, but I think what he's saying has a point. So
yeah, no, I think he's pretty funny. I don't know if he's leans Republican or not. Let's hear him.
I'm sure somebody in the chat will tell us.
Yeah, please tell us in the chat. You're our brains.
Oh, well, hello there, and thank you for joining me once again for another viral video. It's me, Kayvon, by far the most famous half-Persian, half-Scottish comedian in the world. Does that even matter? No, but every time people like Kamala Harris talk, they always put in their hyphens. I'm the first ever half-Indian, half-Jamaican.
True.
No, it is the perspective of a woman who grew up a black child in America, who was also a prosecutor, who also has a mother who arrived here at the age of 19 from India, who also,
First woman, so who cares? The only thing that really matters is I'm an American and a patriot who loves this country. And that's why watching Joe Biden try to do his job is scary and hilarious at the same time. If you agree, put it in the comments. Which is puzzling, because every article I'm reading online is saying comedians are finding it tough to mock Joe Biden. Washington Post, there's not much to make fun of with Joe Biden. The horrible head writer for the boring Seth Meyers show says, I'm looking forward to the field opening up comedically where we can do jokes about the president or like just take the day off. You know, since the president is changed now, not everything is an emergency all of a sudden. We could talk about movies or other things, and I'm really looking forward to it. LA Times, comedians can't figure out what's funny about Joe Biden. Jim Carrey, who wanted to do a good Joe Biden impression, has decided to hang it up and no longer do it on Saturday Night Live. And Saturday Night Live, which used to be a comedy show, has no cast member who can make fun of Joe Biden. A lot of my viewers are younger, so you think, well, maybe they're just being honest. Those are professionals. Millions of views a month come to me just because I'm one of the very few comics who will make fun of the dumbest president on earth. Here's an example of something that happened just this week, but Saturday Night Live has refused to address it. Enjoy. Watching an old man fall is not funny. I would never make fun of someone at a nursing home or someone's grandmother. But you have to understand, Joe Biden is a horrible human being who mocked people's fitness and agility for the last few years.
He goes on that goes on for like a couple minutes, and it's really funny. He really points out how fucking SNL has fucked up and dropped the ball. They used to be the quintessential make fun of everybody in politics, and now they're so lopsided.
Well, we got our lane open, Chanda. Let's up our game, huh?
Yeah, legacy media is dying, and it will die off. All legacy media.
It's rotting. It's legacy.
Yeah, it's rotting.
Yeah, it's legacy media's feet's turning black. It's moving up its ankles. I hate to use that analogy, but that's pretty right on.
Right.
It's dying. I mean, it is dying, and the next generation should pretty much put it down.
Oh, it's already down to them. It doesn't even fucking exist to them. They're like, I don't even know what you're talking about.
All right, I pushed the 60, and I've hated legacy media since I was 50. So, it's garbage. And Peace Dove said, Bill Maher said the same thing. Yeah, I believe it. So Bill Maher's cognizant.
I don't watch Bill Maher though.
Yeah,
I can't.
Yeah, I would not promote Bill. I would promote Bill Maher in the sense, Bill, just go retire and spend your fucking money.
Shut up. You're ruining whatever legacy you had out there. A lot of them are. It's just like, shut up. Why?
Shut up, because they get told what to do all the time.
You used to be funny, and now you're just making a fool of yourself.
And we're going to cover that in just a few minutes with our Hollywood segment. What is this? Oh, I brought this. Just checking here. Breaking 911, President Biden masks up for a video call to discuss climate change with world leaders. He appears to be the only one wearing a mask. Now, Chanda, you kind of brought this to my attention because I was maybe being too harsh. But I said, yeah, virtue signaling much, and you said what? That maybe there's people in the room or things like that, right?
Yeah, I mean, anybody around him should have had the jab by now, but maybe, just maybe, he had camera crews or something there. But still, how much virtue signaling is that? Just disgusting.
Well, yeah, but you've got. But
they don't have anybody in the room, and the other people.
Well, you got 18 people in that. Did I count it right? 18. I don't know, and none of them. Only 17 of them aren't wearing a mask, so. Maybe Joe knows something that we don't. I don't know.
Maybe.
Maybe he
Joe
does.
knows.
Maybe,
Joe knows.
Joe knows. Joe knows.
I
really love this. Is this Wheel of Fortune or what is this?
No, this is just a reminder of what makes you pay more in rent per month than you would if you had a mortgage, and tells you can't own a house because you can't afford it. You know how much money I have gave out to landlords in my lifetime?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, how many houses and properties I could have bought, but I bought for other people.
Yeah, no, yeah. This is are you the pink Vanna White up there? Is that what you're gonna? Yeah, I like that.
Gonna flip the letter for you.
Now, who's going to be able to own their own home of the current generation coming up? Who? I don't know how they're going to do it.
I don't know.
It's crazy. It's crazy. Now we've got a new segment here. You want to tell me?
Yes, this is a brand new segment. So this is Talking Kitty Cat, and this is one of my favorite YouTube channels. It has been for many, many years. The creator is Steve Cash. He was genius about how he would think his cat's voice and dub over. And I mean, he's comedic, hilarious, and sadly, we lost him last year at the beginning of COVID. I think it was a suicide from what I heard. And I'm very heartbroken, but I'm so excited to share this series with you guys because you're gonna laugh your ass off. This is so funny.
This gives a new dimension to cat videos. So I
Yes,
think
if you love cat videos,
I
this
love
is
the hell out of this.
Talking
This
Kitty.
is
Go
funny.
check out Talking Kitty Cat.
Talking Kitty.
Dear Diary, April 3rd. I was sitting on the floor thinking about penguins when I noticed the dog just sitting there like an asshole. Look at her, all big and stupid. I secretly wanted the broom next to her to fall and hit her in the head, my heart filled with pure hate. And then, it happened. Did I do that? With my mind? I'm more powerful than I thought. The dog barely noticed. Big stupid piece of dumbness. You could have been killed, jackass. I called her a bad name to hurt her feelings. But with my new mind powers, I could do much worse. Burn. Burn now. Burst into flames, I command you. Burn. Won't you burn?
Burn.
She must have thought I was crazy. Of course not. She's way too stupid. I'll need more time to practice my new powers. I'll write again soon, Diary. Very soon.
So that was Diary 1. Diary 2 was just him or Diary 1 was him dreaming about penguins. Like, what the hell is a penguin? Are they real? And so that's why it was like, I was thinking about penguins.
Yeah, I most of us know how he did that with the voice. I want you and I to do something like that.
I'm going to start working on that next week. Hopefully,
that'll be fun. We'll give this a shot, everybody. If you have any ideas, send them to roarmedialive@gmail.com, and we're going to call it. What are we going to call it? Boomer Diary or something? Beauty and the Boomer Diary.
Yeah, we could do a Boomer Diary.
Yeah, let's do a
Dear
Boomer Diary. Yeah, Dear Diary.
I turned my cable on.
Yeah, shit, my power went off in Oz. Okay. Oh, this is good. I like this story. This was Jimmy Dore brought this.
Jimmy did a good job
Yeah,
on this.
and you gave Godzilla the laser beam eyes there. So
I finally watched Godzilla this last week.
How was it?
It was pretty good. It was good.
It was good. Okay, so I watched Mortal Kombat. You watched. So I'll trade you. You watch Mortal Kombat. I watched Godzilla. I haven't seen it yet.
Yeah, definitely worth a watch. Definitely.
All right, I'll put it on there. Anyway, this is one of our favorite environmental catastrophes that we're just saying, oh, no big deal. Not really. Not really. Not really.
Figured out in Japan, the people who are super totally socially responsible are going to just dump it right into the ocean. And people are going to tell you that that's okay. So you're going to see people come on the news and say, no, this is just like Fauci was saying that there's no map, you don't need map. There's going to people come on there and say, this is okay. No, this is how you're supposed to do it. It's going to dilute it. It will dilute radioactive material. No, it
won't.
That's what they're going to say. That's what they're going to say, Ron. It's going to dilute it.
It just breaks your heart because it's, the one thing about climate change that is, somewhat reassuring some of the time is you just kind of think when you see the United States just flailing, totally flailing, you just think, well, we're in this as one world. So other parts of the world, they're going to step up. They're going to drag the United States along kicking and screaming, and we're going to do something. Then you see stuff like this. You're like, no, please. We already, someone else has to lead. It's probably not going to be us. Please, someone do the right thing.
You would hope their culture would be a little bit above ours and they would do the right thing. But no, people are people new.
They're funny all fucking week. Every time I tune in, they have me belly laughing.
Oh yeah, he got on Graham's game show with Ron the other night.
Oh, that was hilarious.
Yeah, him and Steph were drunk as shit. They'd been fighting all afternoon, and it was quite entertaining, I've got to say.
It was entertaining.
All right, that moment where everybody has been waiting for.
Yes, it's that time. Dance off.
Dance off. Dance off. Okay, before I do the big reveal here and get our fat heads out of the way. What's the score so far? Is it 4-3?
You're ahead of me. No, I think it's
No, it's only 1 point difference.
No, it's a 2 point difference. It's a 2 point difference. You won last week and the week before.
Oh shit.
I'm pretty freaking sure you're gonna win this week.
5-3. I better not.
5-3. You're gonna win.
Everybody vote for Chanda. Vote for Chanda.
Vote for Oz.
Vote for Chanda. All right, here we go. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Wow. You're looking good there, Chanda. Look at that. Look at the shoulders, man. There's the shoulders.
X in me going on.
Yeah, there you go. Oh, there's a little hand of the
you're looking all Chip and Daly over there.
Yeah, I'm just having a blast, I just know I've got
Magic Mike.
Magic Mike, yeah. Magic Oz. Not so much. I used to dance.
Okay, so it's on you guys.
Come on, guys.
Cast your votes.
Come on.
Oz has got to have it this week.
Come on, Chanda. I'm rooting for Chanda. I vote for Chanda. I vote for Chanda. Look at that Oz, phony. Look at all that filler he's got all up and down his belly. That's just filler.
I've done Oz into the Pulp Fiction John Travolta one before. I'll have to put it back up on one of them.
Yeah, do me a Hairspray one, will you?
Hairspray, yeah.
Yeah, do me the Hairspray one.
With the John Travolta Hairspray one?
Yeah, I like that.
Yeah, I'm going to look for that. I
Hairspray.
will. That's funny.
Yeah. No. Peace, Dove. I said vote for Chanda.
They're all saying Oz.
No. All right. I'm gonna really work on yours next week. So what we're doing is Shanda's doing mine and I'm doing
I got to vote
Shanda's.
finally.
Yeah, shit, man.
And well, since we've switched, I've been winning. So you win, but I'm winning.
Shanda's actually the winner because she's picking the dances. So I better up my game and get my Shanda doll there to be dancing more. So next week. So what is it? It's 6-3. That's bullshit. That's
a big hamster.
Oh my God. Okay. All right. Next week it's on. Next week.
Okay, bring it.
Bring it. Okay. Here's another creepy story.
Oh yeah, this one's creepy too.
What's this about?
How they're gonna track us through everything that's online.
Where you been, lady?
No, but it's gonna get worse. It's gonna get much worse.
Oh, I got an email from Google. And they said, "Oh, you want to see your something history thing going on for you?" And it had for 4 years where I had been all up and down the Pacific Northwest.
That's because of the Google tagging shit and using Google Maps, and they know everything. They know everything.
I think that's such a great service because I really want to know where I've been for the last 4 years. It's really important to me.
Great for when the Alzheimer's kicks in from all the aluminum, right?
Shit, yeah, man. When they give me a test, I'll just turn on my phone and say, "Here, I remember."
Yep.
We're so fucked.
We are so fucked.
Oh, God.
Big tech wants to track everything you do and everything on the internet, and it seems they found a way to do it.
In the film Songbird, it's 2024. COVID is still around, and phones act like informants that report people to the government. Now a coalition of big tech and mainstream media companies are pushing new technology that could turn your phone or computer into an informant. Everything created on a device with a computer chip could be tracked back to the author.
Could be.
Everything. Every post, every photo, every video will have the creator's digital signature on it. It's called the Coalition for Content Provenance and Authenticity.
Bullshit.
It has the backing of the biggest names in tech
Bullshit.
and media. It's being applauded as a way to stamp out disinformation on the internet. But who decides what's disinformation? Big tech will decide and will have the tools to punish the person behind it. If there was any online privacy left, this new system being proposed would put an end to it.
So, and then Edward Snowden goes into a 10-minute breakdown of it, and they're going to weaponize it against us. So they can already do it, but they're going to weaponize against us so that way they can censor more.
Yeah, and this has been happening already. They're releasing this stuff well after the fact.
Oh,
well after the fact.
We call it, and they go, "Oh no, you're crazy. They can't do that."
Oh,
and
we
then,
wouldn't do that. We're not. We want you to have your privacy rights. Fuck you. I heard a story yesterday. I don't know who the hell was talking about it, but printers now, they're going to have a traceable watermark for each thing that's printed. And
oh God, that's going to make it easy for them to track down stuff.
Yeah, I mean printers. So and I would imagine that's no different than when they put serial numbers on diamonds or on 3D prints or any of that stuff. So if you're going to print a gun or something that you shouldn't be printing on your 3D printer, a dildo, whatever, they're going to know which printer did that. So, and I'm sure those printers have the record of who bought them.
Oh yeah.
And you're just fucked.
Everything, yeah.
You're just fucked. Anyway, so yeah, just don't kid yourself. You have no privacy rights.
You already live in an Orwellian, authoritarian, freaking tyrannical state.
Now, you brought this.
This was my most liked post of the week over on Facebook. CNN breaking: world mourns as diplomat Henry Kissinger, 96, was found alive.
Bullshit. How can a guy that has no heart be alive? I mean,
oh God, yeah, the evil live for a long fucking
Jesus,
time. Working in a nursing home, I watched a couple evil people die, and it was frightening.
yeah, that's total bullshit.
Yeah.
Him and Madeline. He's been spooning with Madeleine Albright. Jesus.
Right.
Ugh, that's a scary visual.
Yeah, it is.
It's that time. Hollywood. I brought a Hollywood. This is the first Hollywood I've brought in a long time, I think.
Yeah, you brought a couple, didn't you?
Yeah, I have, but you've been the Hollywood queen on this stuff, and I want to compliment you. I look good with my Clark Gable on, and you look terrific with your young Jane Fonda.
Chanda Fonda.
Chanda Fonda. I like that. Anyway, I clipped this from Graham, friend of the show, whether he knows it or not. Friend of the show, whether he knows it or not.
Everybody's our friend.
Everybody's a friend of our show. Well, not everybody. Most everybody, I hope. But this is. It's a little bit long. It's not that long, but it's a little bit long. But this just basically.
No, I like the point that he's making.
This is. We have been talking about. I have known this for a long time. I had a lot of friends in the entertainment industry. I mean, I had an actor, guy that did commercials and stuff, live with me for a long time, and I got the inside scoop. I got to meet a bunch of people and went to parties and everything else. Not quite like Jim and Steph did, but
yeah, right. Mr. McAway.
Yeah. With Ben, I would dance in a debate against Ben Mankiewicz any damn day of the week.
I used to love him when I'm a
too.
big silver screen junkie, and back in the Turner classic movie days, I really adored him. But then I started watching him on The Aggressive Progressive when Jimmy, and I was like, that's the same guy, like, well.
Yeah, it can't
and
be.
And then I was like, oh my God, what a douchebag liberal.
Yeah, he is. He is terrible. But I guess it's who you hang around
he fit
with.
in perfect with the TYT crew.
Yeah, he did.
He never fit in, and it was heart-wrenching watching that year or so that Jimmy spent there after. I'll never forget the night of the New York primary in 2016.
Oh yeah,
Jimmy was so infectious, and we had so much hope, and we were so excited, and he jumped and screamed right in Jing's face, like, yeah, we're gonna do this. And that was right when we got shut down, man. And after that, it was like, just leave TYT, please, Jimmy.
Yeah, what did it take him, a year?
He had the reins on him.
2 years it took him to get the hell out of there.
Which is very honorable, which is very commendable. To take the shit that long, keep your mouth shut, and then to leave there and keep your mouth shut for years after you left, too.
Yeah. And I want to point out, the class difference, no matter what you think, and you guys can argue. I've got personal associates that we've been hanging with that will say I'm full of shit. I'm not. I can back it up. Who was the first one to throw the shit? It was Force the Vote, and Chink was the first one to start shitting on Jimmy.
Oh, they fucking dogpiled him.
They dogpiled him. Him and Nomiki Kunst and Sam Sneeder, all those assholes. I mean, Jimmy did not bring those guys in. Well, for sure, TYT. He did not go after TYT until they started shitting on him. And you know what? A lot of people say, I don't care. Quit punching left. We're not punching left. TYT is shit lib right.
Yeah.
So there you go.
Punching right. What the hell are you talking about?
Anyway, I digress. Let's listen to Graham. He nails it here. He is exactly right. I've got friends who will back him up.
So, to give you a little Hollywood history lesson. So the studio system was the old school system in like the 40s and 50s and 60s, where you had the big studio and there was just like one guy, like Louis B. Mayer, right? He ran this studio, MGM, and if you were a young actor, if you're an actor, whatever, Clark Gable came up in the studio system. Let's just use him as an example. He got a studio contract. You as an actor got a studio contract, and the studio said, you're under contract. We're going to pay you this amount of money every year, and you're going to do whatever we tell you to do. So you'd show up at the studio and be like, this month you're working on a musical. Tomorrow you're going to, they give you singing lessons, dancing lessons. They train you. They groom you. They controlled your whole life. They told you who to date. They'd say, you're dating this actress and you're going to go to that restaurant. And they would make sure that there was publicists there and the press was there to shoot photos of you with this young starlet, to go out in all the magazines. Oh, so-and-so's dating so-and-so, right? So that's how that whole machine got put into place. And they told you, you're going to do this movie, you're going to do that movie, you're going to this movie. So the studio system started to crumble in the late 60s, when everybody was challenging everything. So this is, again, what the ruling elites had learned. Everyone started protesting, burning draft cards. The studio system collapsed. So then in the 70s, there's a great book called Easy Riders Raging Bulls. And it's literally like the inmates were running the asylum. So you had all of these really amazing films and some TV shows, but movies that really challenged things. Movies that 3 Days of the Condor, The Deer Hunter, Apocalypse Now, movies that had heavy anti-war messages. Now, I've said this before, especially Apocalypse Now, many of those movies, they had anti-war messages, but they still had a very sort of slanted, stereotypical, racist view of the Vietnamese, which was not good. But you also cannot deny they had heavy anti-war messages. But anyway, these movies were not John Wayne. There's a Vietnam movie called John Wayne, the John Wayne made, called The Green Berets. And it's this like John Wayne gung-ho Vietnam movie. And it is such a piece of propaganda.
Oh, yeah.
And it showed you the divide between like the older generation that still thought Vietnam should be supported like World War II, and the younger generation that was like, we're done with these wars. So you had all this resistance. You had artists speaking up. You had people like Jane Fonda. I mean, you had all of these artists speaking up, and they took a lot of shit, but they made really powerful movies that had social commentary, that demanded for peace, that questioned authority, questioned rulers. The 80s, the big corporations bought up all of the media companies, all of the studios. And then you had the blockbuster, and that's when American exceptionalism started really getting pushed.
That's what happened.
Yep.
So now, if you're an actor, a big Hollywood celebrity, and you want to speak out against the war machine, you're done. You're done. And I still think there's a lot of people in Hollywood that they're also just, and same with the pro athlete, and they're paid well.
Yeah.
So they don't want to give up the fancy house and the cars and the private jets and the whatever. The jewelry and the bling bling and the
parties
fame and the pretty ladies and the pretty, dating celebrities, even the female, they get to, you're a beautiful female athlete, star, movie star. You get to date other beautiful people, you're given all that. You're given the keys to the kingdom, and they'll take it away. And no one's willing to take a stand. And last summer
They pretend they're taking a stand all the fucking time, though.
Yeah, they do. They play it off real well. And this is, I ruined a movie for myself because I got into it with John Cusack last year.
I know. I love Cusack, and I follow him too. And since Twitter has ruined it for me.
Yeah, it's ruined it. And these I got a newsflash for these Hollywood stars. You're probably doing more damage to yourself in today's climate by being on Twitter, running your pie hole off when you don't know a motherfucking thing about politics.
Yep.
You're in this bubble. But
you're in a gated fucking community bubble.
Yeah, you know who I follow? I follow a couple of them because I don't give them the follow points because, whatever. But Jim Belushi, I follow him because he doesn't get too political about anything, and he's growing weed down there, and he's just happily in retirement.
Growing weed.
Yeah, he's got
what Woody Harrelson's doing too.
I don't know, but you know what? He's make peace, make love, make anything, but don't make war. Don't be killing people. Just do your thing. You made your money and get the hell out. But I thought that was great.
I don't know what to think about Fonda. She was right about the Gulf of Tonkin being a freaking false flag event. You're right about that. I was, I had a high school teacher who hated Jane Fonda so much because he was a GI, and if you even talked about her up in class, he would flip the fuck out. But can I tell you, when I first got into this movement, one of my very first boots on the ground actions was with Democracy Springs. Democracy Springs, Jane Fonda got arrested multiple times at Democracy Springs.
Yeah.
And of course, Cenk was a big pusher of that. That's really where I got my first contact with him. And so she is willing to get out there on the front lines, but she still lives in that goddamn bubble that you're talking about.
the bubble's a hard road to hoe. If you've got it right, I'm hoping that Hollywood, people involved in Hollywood, just kind of like what is it when somebody donates this, anonymous donors to things that really help people, causes that really help people.
Well, we're going to see a lot more independent films, I think, in the future, where we're not doing the big blockbusters because, legacy media is dying. We're not going to the movie theaters anymore. We're not, it's going straight to streaming. We can just stay in our homes and watch it and not have to go out and risk it.
They're going to censor them. They're going to relegate them to Rockfin and platforms like that.
Well, we know that three-letter group, CIA, has pretty much control over every script in Hollywood.
Here's the ironic thing. A couple of years ago, I live in a shitlib area out in the rural area.
Yeah.
They were giving me shit for putting up they were bad-mouthing YouTube right and left. That's back before they started censoring the daylights out of us.
No, they hated you.
I'd like to go back and ask them now, because the main shitstorms out there have taken over YouTube. Whatever, fuck off. You know what? Now, I have nothing good to say other than that we need to unify. We need to talk to people we disagree with, and not the corporate class, not the donor class. It's our neighbors.
You're fucking talking to
you're wasting your breath. But those in the upper echelon of society, I hope you care enough about the future of the planet, at least the animals, to do something and get on the right side of history before we have no more history.
Speaking of upper echelon, we're going to check out Mark Zuckerberg's bunker.
Oh, I thought this was Gates's bunker. Okay.
Oh, is it Gates's bunker?
I don't know. Is it Zuckerberg's or Gates? It looks like Zuckerberg's.
Maybe no, there's multiple in there. I can't remember which one I brought. I guess pull the lever. We'll find out which asshat is going to show off his bunker.
All right. Pulling the lever. Pulling the lever. There we go.
Bill Gates.
Oh, you're right. It's Gates.
Bill Gates is among the many Silicon Valley billionaires who have spent millions of dollars in cash on several underground survival bunkers. We all know that he founded Microsoft and is one of the so-called 1% billionaires in the world. So it's not surprising that he has an underground bunker within his residency. Robert Facino, the founder of Vivos, was once reported to have told one Hollywood reporter that Bill Gates has huge shelters under every one of his homes in Rancho Santa Fe and Washington. He said Gates' head of security visited with his company a couple of years ago. Since Gates is a billionaire, spending a few million was nothing. The underground bunkers are just the newest form of insurance which they wanted to invest in.
Insurance.
Like the bunkers of other celebrities, not much is known about the underground bunkers in Gates' residence, though few details revealed that one was disguised as a seed bank. Vivo's website revealed that their underground shelter is built to withstand virtually any envisioned catastrophe. In addition, their smallest bunker starts at $35,000 and can accommodate up to 80 people. So if Bill Gates has spent a few million on his underground bunker, we can only imagine the number of people they can accommodate in times of danger.
So why does he disguise it as a seed bank? That's kind of
weird. Stupid. Why would you disguise it as...
Why would you do that?
Yeah, why would you do that?
I don't know, but this was shocking report. So you can find them out there. All of Trump's bunkers. Trump's got bunkers everywhere he lives. Kardashians. The elites are preparing. They are preparing. And if you follow the preppers like I do, like I follow like Canadian prepper, some of them, are far right. A lot of them are, but I still like to hear what they're saying. They're getting ready. The elites are getting fucking ready.
Honest to God. So they show Gates's bunker, and then the guy's saying, but there are bunkers out there as low as $35,000 that hold up to 80 people.
Yeah, how cheap.
I have a vision of that. I've got like this big greenhouse underneath the planet with...
everybody's lined up.
Yeah, everybody's lined up. They're packed in there like sardines. Where do they poo? I mean, really? Whatever. Ooh, baby, it's a wild world. You know what I think? I think we need to go to the next slide.
Okay.
Here we go. We're almost done, guys. What do we got here? This is cool.
Marie Antoinette.
Yeah, this is for the rich, right?
This is for the rich.
I was bragging on this reface I did with Chanda there, the anime Chanda head. I was saying, Kathy Griffith, eat your heart out, man. I think Chanda.
That's a great anime. You did a good job.
Yeah,
on that.
that's a good one. And look at my head there. I'm still cognizant of being hoisted up. You just hacked my head off. That's okay. Now I got to get a red wig, so I will do that. I will do that.
Okay, definitely.
I will do that. That looks great. And you've got that was Marie Antoinette. That was the movie. Was that Kristen Dunst that did that?
Kristen Dunst, directed and wrote by, or not, I don't know if it was wrote by, Coppola's daughter.
Sophia Coppola?
Sophia Coppola. She's taken a lot of shit because they say that most of her pictures, which I like a lot of her work, but it's very elitist. It comes from her point of view of being a pampered rich girl.
Oh yeah, well,
this is her outlook on the world, which I agree with. That's what it is. But still,
it's such a cross to bear. I'm so sorry for her. I'm so sorry. Speaking of pampered.
Pampered. Oh God, yes. Her birthday was this week, and Depp supporters ruined it on Twitter for her.
They ruined it? What'd they do?
They ruined her birthday because they trolled her.
Oh God, I heard that Game of Thrones girl took over for Aquaman.
Well, I don't know. Okay, so we haven't actually had that. A statement came out from the studio, Warner Brothers, but I don't believe that they confirmed it. They said she didn't meet her contract, meaning she had gained weight during COVID. So now there's rumblings that she is suing Warner Brothers to make it clear that she is going to be in the second Aquaman and she's going to have more screen time. So there's a secret war going through Warner Brothers where they let Johnny go from one of his movies. Was it Pirates?
No, it was that Harry Potter knockoff.
The Harry Potter knockoff. That's right. Fantastical Beasts.
Yeah,
Anyways, Johnny filed an appeal over in the UK case that he lost, which was totally biased. He shouldn't have lost. And there's a lot more evidence that's been coming out since that trial. But they're starting a new trial in Virginia in the coming months for the defamation of her writing, that letter and pretty much lying. She just flat defamated his character.
Yeah.
And so anyways, his attorney who's on Twitter, Johnny doesn't put much information out, but his attorney does. Well, Twitter said, we side with Amber Heard and bye-bye, you are no longer on Twitter.
So they booted her attorney.
His attorney.
His attorney. Okay. Yeah. His attorney. Okay, I'll pull the lever.
You've got to be kidding me, Twitter. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signor, and I've complained a lot about this very platform that you're watching me on, but Twitter is another one that's had a lot of problems.
Yeah, I'm a hypocrite,
today,
too.
Something crazy just happened. Johnny Depp's lawyer, who's been defending him online, has just been suspended from Twitter. Adam Waldman, who you've seen his tweets and a lot of the videos that I've published here, who's always out there pointing out some of the things that Miss Turd has done.
Miss Turd.
He's a lawyer defending his client, and Twitter let stands of Amber push him off of their platform. I'm just at a loss. I'm at a complete loss, guys. If you're unfamiliar, Umbrella Guy put together some interesting tweets and actually got involved in the story in another way I'm going to show you in a second. But yeah, he's been too much truth. Body cam footage, charity stuff that she didn't give to charity stuff.
Verified.
Statements. Yep. Proving all these lies, apparently, he's not allowed to do. He's not allowed to call this out because, once again, she's protected not only by the platforms, but Umbrella Guy's implying the SLU and other insane weirdos. And now, because he's been out there defending, he's gone.
The CAA.
Yeah, so this is where the slippery slope of censorship is bleeding over into everyday life now. So they're just kicking off people all of those things have been proven. They were lies. She didn't give the money to charity. The ACLU pretty much filed paperwork saying, screw you, we're siding with Amber Heard. I've been following this case closely, and the establishment's protecting her.
Oh, damn. Amber Heard. Amber Turd.
I see Amber King's in the chat. Welcome, Miss Amber.
Hey, Amber King.
I hope you had a good week.
All I have to say about this, Chanda, you're just being sexist.
No, I'm not being sexist, not one bit. Bitch be flat out.
Bitch be. There you go. I'm all for it. This is great. I love this. Chanda,
I know. I do too. I love being trend.
Chanda Trinity. Oh my God.
God.
Looking good. Looking good. She's still out there doing some acting. She was a good. I thought she was okay.
Carrie Ann Moss?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She did.
I saw an interview with her back in the early 2000s, right when Matrix was really popular. She was a nudist. Like, she doesn't like to wear clothes when she's not on set or something. I thought it was very odd. Like, okay.
Yeah, it's quite refreshing, I'm sure.
I guess.
Yeah, when I was young, I had a phobia about wearing underwear. So, I don't know. Is that a thing? Is that some mental
I think
disorder?
I had a phobia about not wearing them.
Yeah. So yeah, here we go. Anyway, yeah, Chanda Trinity looking good there, looking good. Then you got Oz sporting his Matrix look.
Yeah, you can see the Matrix. We can all see the Matrix, can't we?
Yeah, Jesus. Yeah, I gotta work on that. I need to get my Neo look going on. It is fashion time. What the hell is this?
I don't know. I guess we're doing Hunger Games now?
Is it Hunger Games? It seems like every other week you're doing a Hunger Games one.
I know. It looks like Hunger Games. And I got to question the Cher thing. 29 years old, 73 years old. Holy shit. Wow. Preservatives are doing great. I
Yeah,
guess.
I mean, that's the parabens.
Do a body good.
Yeah, no, I remember watching Cher when she was that age. And before she got her veneers or whatever she did with her teeth, I think to me, she was more attractive with her messed up front teeth. She had little like canines and they were pushed back and stuff. She was cute with those. And once these movie stars, performers, everything start messing with themselves, you know, they run the risk, you know, and I just, who's the little Sally, Harry Met Sally? Meg Ryan.
Oh, Meg Ryan. There's so many of them.
Wow. Talk about jacking your shit up.
Yeah.
Man, oh
Jennifer
man, oh
Grey.
man.
Yeah. A bunch of them have.
I think Jennifer Grey's came out pretty good.
Renee Zellweger, she messed her face up, but somehow she recovered it.
I don't know.
I don't know if she had too much Botox or what.
What
Or
do they
a better
do?
surgeon.
Throw it in the dish, and if you
No,
want.
she came out, and then her face looked weird, but then she came out a couple of, later, and it looked better. So
Yeah. Okay. I got to remind everybody, we do more variety, and we mix some political stuff in with it, but we just mindless stuff.
it's Beauty and the Boomer, man.
It's Beauty and the Boomer. It takes our mind off of all the misery and hate and shit. We've got a couple more things here. I want to tell everybody thank you for hanging out.
I've got a badass movie for tonight.
Yeah,
You're gonna
she
have to
does.
Wait till the end, man. It's a punch you in the gut at the end.
Yeah, it is a badass movie. And Chanda, you pick out some of the weirdest shit. I love it.
Thank you.
I love it. And let me see. We got to get the pizza here. Pizza, and then it's. Oh my God, Esquire, get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. Get the fuck out. God, you look so good on the cover of Esquire. Now, I was expecting you to pull that up and there would be a gun tucked in your hosiery there.
I know, right? I need a gun,
Yeah,
right?
Jiminy Christmas. That looks great. So
Jilly, I just got to say, Jilly says she must drink and bathe in adrenochrome, right? I don't know if we're allowed to say that word on YouTube.
I don't
Probably
even know
not.
what the hell that is. What is that?
Okay, well, we're not going to get into it if you don't know what it is.
Okay.
Anyways, but my question is, if that's the case, then why does fucking people like Hillary Clinton and Kissinger look the way they look? You know, I guess it sucks your soul out after so long, maybe.
Well, I guess. I mean, I think they should be more like Keith Richards and look the same at 75 as you do at 45.
What happened to that? I must have cut it off the deck. I had a funny joke about the Rolling Stones looking old, but I don't know what I did with it.
Oh well, they've looked old since they were young.
I'll bring it Monday night.
Yeah, they looked old since they were young. All right, it is movie time, and then we got a couple more things to wrap up, and then we're gonna let Steve Cutler take us out. And so, what's the deal with this movie? Tell us a little bit about it before we kick it over.
I can't. It's creepy and it's very meaningful at the end if you just pay attention.
So it's got a good punchline.
It's got a good punchline.
All right, I love Shanda's creeping.
It's creepy.
Yeah, you just gut punched me with that one. You're muted.
Yeah, that's called The Last Days of War. And you really don't grasp, but our wars, our future wars, won't be fought till the end by us. Right?
Yeah.
Very easily can be finished by the systems, these computers.
And quickly.
Creepy. So creepy.
That was definitely in line with your AI, everything on the show tonight. There's just a news flash out of Portland.
Oh, yeah?
Ted Wheeler has rescinded arresting anybody who is wearing all black and masks. That is great news. The problem, however, is anybody who is wearing anything that has animal ears on it will be arrested. So I just want to make sure that everybody knows that I'm keeping with the spirit of Ted Wheeler, the mayor of Portland, his Nazi actions down there in Portland. So just so everybody knows, I am keeping with the spirit of the trending in Portland. So anyway, do you think I'll be okay?
You better hop on down there.
Okay, I will hop on down there. I want. let me read these super rays over here because they piled up. Anna Maris, again, AOC has been chipped with the same model they installed in Buttigieg. I think
the CIA chip.
Would be interesting to compare the backgrounds in all her videos since she started campaigning. That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Al Walski, bring on the independent media facts. Thank you so much, Al. And our brothers and sisters over the convo couch. I don't know. Is this Poster? Is this Fee? I saw Fee and one of the other.
We love them both.
We love them both. Roar Media rocks. We love you too. Pit truth bombs. Yeah, we do that. We do that, and we have a little fun at the same time. Oh my gosh, it has been one hell of a show. We wrote a lot of stuff. I hope you guys enjoyed it as much as we do doing them for you. Chanda, what do you got going on here? Is this just we're saying goodbye here?
Goodbye. I went and watched all 6 of the Lord of the Ring and Hobbits last week.
Yeah,
So.
God, I feel like him. I feel like is that Frodo Baggins? Is that Frodo Baggins? That's Frodo, isn't it? That's old man Frodo. Or is that Bilbo? Bilbo.
That's Bilbo.
That's right. And then there's Chanda Norma Jean there, right? So yeah, I love that. That's so cool. And it's been a lot of work. It's been a lot of fun. Thank you so much, everybody. We're very appreciative of everybody, our Patreons and donors. Like I said, if you're not on this list and you have donated to us, we can't catch everything. But we try and run the spectrum across all the shows at Roar Media. The Dive, Accidental Activist, Brave New Future with Amber King. And, of course, Savage Joy has her own peeps over there. And then we've got Beauty and the Boomer. We're going to be doing some more stuff. What do we got as far as announcements coming up before we get out of here?
Let's see. We've got a Monday Night Dive we're planning. It'll be 29 years since April 26, 1992, the riots in LA. And we've got Pasta Jardula from the Combo Couch stopping by so we can pick his brain. So we'll do a little bit of breaking news, what's current, and then we'll take a look at LA and has much changed in the last 29 years.
Oh, that sounds great. So that's going to be Monday night at 7 p.m. Pacific, right?
Monday Night Dive.
Yeah, and okay, let's get to it. Steve's been waiting patiently. If I
love this song. Steve,
Yeah.
you made me cry the other day. I gotta say, you're Mr. Bojangles.
That was killer. This is Firebrand. I want to thank everybody on the Fin. I want to thank everybody over there on the Natural Progressive. Thank you, Pat. I don't know if you caught the intro, but you were awesome.
Oh, you rock the intro, Pat.
You were great. We had a lot of fun. Thanks again for letting us use your stuff, guys. And anybody that wants to send us a link or do a bit for the show, we'll feature you when we can. And I guess that's it. What are you going to do tomorrow, Chanda?
I'm probably going to write Monday's show and sleep. Oh, and I'm going to watch Mortal Kombat.
Mortal Kombat. I'll watch Godzilla while I'm eagerly awaiting some information and some material from some of our mutual friends so I can get to
Only
work.
if you're cooking.
I've got all kinds of projects going on, so just send me your stuff, everybody. Steve Cutler live, Firebrand. Have a great evening. Thanks again. Thanks for putting up with me. Talk to you later. Bye.
Portland.
Bye. Portland, here I come. I'm going to Portland. Yay.
Loaded up the wagon with trip supplies. Kinfolk in the street all waving goodbye. Set on the trail to the western sky. You know we make a better living if we can't survive. Well, the first 100 miles only took 3 days, cause the Pequot Nation was still in our way. Paid for our gas with pockets of change. Headed out back on the lonesome range. If we could only make it to New Haven, we could only find some tickets to the show. We could only smoke a little kind bud. Ooh, ooh. 20 miles east of Syracuse, almost hit a cop when the tire came loose. Didn't have a spare, only an excuse, and a half a pound of nuggets from a freak named Bruce. From a freak named Bruce. If we could only make it to Pittsburgh, we could only find some tickets to the show. We could only huff a little bit of nitrous oxide. Ooh, didn't get a loser till the second night. The terrapin was short, but the plane was tight. Jerry played a stranger with a broken string, and Brent turned into Bruce. Phil began to sing. Scarlet in a fire, Stephen in a space. Went to take a leak and someone stole my face. Someone stole my face. Camping in the mountains of the Great Divide, the white lamp and I bet and Telluride. Try that again. Camping in the mountains of the Great Divide, wagging up and die back and Telluride. Eating nuts and berries, we were barely alive. Couldn't come a ride, no matter how we tried. If we could only make it to Vegas, we could only find some tickets to the show. We could only drop a little bit of liquid. If we could only make it to Frisco, we could only find some tickets to the show. We could only hear them boys playing.